Hello, my name is Justin Adams, and welcome to Jay's Days. Or should I say, welcome back to my 25 days of Christmas reviews. This is the time where I handpick certain movies and I review them, critique them, and I recommend whether they'll be worth your time or not. Today I'm going to be doing a Christmas classic, I guess. It's a movie that is a classic to kids in my generation, but it's only for nostalgic purposes. It is How the Grinch Stole Christmas. Directed by Opie himself, Ron Howard, and starring the great Jim Carrey. This movie is the adaptation of the famous Dr. Seuss novel. It follows the same storyline. The Grinch is a mean man, not a mean man, but a mean creature type thing, and he hates the Who's. Whoville are just like these little people, they have weird, creepy noses, so he doesn't want any of them to enjoy Christmas, so he decides that he's going to rob them from their Christmas, take all their gifts, take all their feasts, all that stuff, and to make them depressed. Even though it is a cult classic to most people, it is also known as a bad movie to other people. And I am right in the middle. So in the middle. I do not know which one to go to. But let's face it, Hollywood does not know how to adapt a Dr. Seuss novel. They tried doing it with The Grinch and they didn't fail completely, but they did not really do it that right. And then they did The Cat in the Hat, which really tanked, even though I don't think it's that bad. But I can see what people don't like about it. And then they did Horton Hears a Who, which I think Horton Hears a Who is like the best Dr. Seuss adaptation ever because it actually follows the story. And then the Lorax. So I feel like The Grinch and the Lorax are right next to each other because while The Grinch and the Lorax aren't horrible movies, they're still very bizarre and derail from the story and try to tell messages that weren't really there before, or they just try to underline it way too much. Now, like I said, for me, I don't mind this and The Cat in the Hat. I actually find them both to be entertaining in their own right. But I do have a little story. So when the Grinch came out, I did not want to see this movie. And the reason why, I was super little. This movie came out in like 2000, so I was like 5 years old. And I saw the poster, and it was not Jim Carrey on that poster. I was a fan of Jim Carrey from day one, guys. You guys don't understand. But when I saw the poster, I didn't see Jim Carrey, and I didn't see How the Grinch Stole Christmas, the book that I loved also as a kid. I just saw the creepiest fucking thing ever, and I told my dad and I told my brother, I said, I'm not going, I'm sitting right here, and I started crying because I'm just looking at this poster, and I just couldn't look away, and I was like, I can't do it, I can't. But my dad and my brother, they decided to just go on. So I decided, okay, I guess I have to do this. So I walk into the theater, and when I walk into the theater, the scene where they introduce the Grinch, when Jim Carrey is like, I saw that, and I screamed at the top of my lungs. I wasn't even sitting down yet, and I just saw the scene. I was like, and I just bolted out. Like you can see smoke. And that's how it was for me for the longest time. Sadly, just keep it between you and I. That's still how I feel. The Grinch terrifies me. It takes me such a long time. It literally takes me until Cindy Lou Who nominates him as I forgot what it's called. So she goes over there and the Grinch like tries to scare her, but it's just not working. That's when I see Jim Carrey. That's when I'm like, okay, this thing isn't creepy anymore. But that's seeing how this is a kid's movie. That's not good, and I feel like that's one of the main problems. Even though this movie won for best makeup, all of the makeup is terrifying in this movie. All the Who's are really creepy looking, and it makes me wonder why Cindy Lou Who is the only one without the nose. There are a lot of scenes that make me say, I am confused. There's a scene when Cindy Lou Who is just singing, Where are you, Christmas? Why can't I find you? Something. It was a scene that we don't need. Like, literally. It was just, like, added. Like, we were with the Grinch, that scene happens, and then we are right back to where we left off with the Grinch. So, literally, we didn't need that scene, and we just needed Jim Carrey going from here to there. But no, Ron Howard decided, you know what, no, we need something. We need something. Where are you, Christmas? Why can't I find you? Can you write something? This is what you want. We can just do. I am the director. I was on the Andy Griffith Show. Listen to me. Now, minus the confusing parts, I think this movie is visually stunning. The sets and stuff and the mountain peak, all very Dr. Seuss. At first, I didn't like the backstory of the Grinch because, again, the baby Grinch is terrifying. I don't know if they meant to make the Grinch and the baby Grinch so terrifying to make every kid like myself cry. I don't know if they meant to do that, but they did. Overall, How the Grinch Stole Christmas is a very strange film. It's unintentionally dark and crass, but Jim Carrey shines as the Grinch. Even though he is terrifying and hard to get used to, once you start getting used to him, he is very charming as the role. Plus, the movie has the most bizarre ending. Spoiler alert, I guess everyone lives in a fucking snowflake? Do I need to reread the book? Is that how the book ends? What? Alright guys, that's what I think about How the Grinch Stole Christmas. What do you guys think about it? Please stay tuned because later today I am going to be doing A Christmas Carol, the Jim Carrey version. To stay tuned for my other 25 Days of Christmas movies. Check out my other reviews. I have so many now. That's all I got. Like, subscribe, and yeah. Boom.